And so we got together a whole bunch of clips of different senators that sponsored and supported the bill talking about, I want you to be scared. I want Al-Qaeda to be scared. But then you read what Al-Qaeda is, it's any U.S. citizen. They also say in the bill that the military can offensively shut down any websites in the U.S. they want preemptively if they don't agree with the mission of the USA, which means the foreign banks that are destroying America and our Bill of Rights and Constitution. I mean, yes, there are so many facets to this that, again, I don't have words to describe to you how serious and how out of control all of this is. It is mind-boggling, and then because it's all a military operation of deception, not our general military, but the big brain bugs on top that run it all, we have to contend with their psyop of denying that any of this is in there, as the major military publications admit there is, as the military begins to deploy on our streets, as the TSA all over the country sets up checkpoints until everybody's just acclimated to accept it. I mean, this is all beginning and unfolding and already launched right now. It isn't coming. It's here. And this week they're trying to pass a bill to shut down any website they want via the FBI, who just deploys the military to do it remotely or to physically go to your servers. I mean, this is trumping North Korea or Nazi Germany on paper when it comes to authoritarianism. Now, I've got a bunch of these clips we put together. Some of them we've never aired, some we have. But I think the first clip we've got, because this is teleprompter-free news, is Lieberman just a week ago acting incredibly creepy on the floor, the day before they passed it, in the Senate, talking about scaring people. And, of course, it's really for the American people. The internal terror training manuals. And we're going to do this tomorrow night, because I just thought of it watching this Lindsey Graham clip coming up, too. We're going to have clips of our government on record working with Al-Qaeda, using them in Serbia, using them against Russia, using them recently against Iran, and using them against Muammar Gaddafi, and the Al-Qaeda flag flying, and the underwear bomber being gotten on a plane by the U.S. government. And all of these people working for the criminals that run our nation as a pretext to menace the U.S. to give up our liberties. You got it? So when they say, if you're a citizen and you work with Al-Qaeda, but you read the fine print, it's everybody, it's any crime, you're going to disappear and we're going to torture you. They actually say that. And we want to scare you because we're old, creepy, sick men. Remember, these are guys that know full well that at their level of government, they run Al-Qaeda. I mean, so literally, they're talking about themselves here. These are tyrants and terrorists. These are Hitlers of our age, Stalins, Mao's. These are Kim Jong-il's. You're looking at it. And it's a bunch of weak, chicken-necked old men who get off on deploying forces and murdering people worldwide, talking all creepily how they want to scare people. They take innocent 12 and 13-year-olds to Gitmo and torture them on record to create fake Al-Qaeda to go out and carry out bombings. That's come out. So remember it. You are looking at slime bags that live to terrorize you and your family with a threat of terror. And by the way, later in the week, I'm going to do a report showing you 500 plus killed a year by elephants, 300 killed by crocodiles, a dozen or so by large sharks, hundreds and hundreds by water moccasin rattlesnakes alone, hundreds and hundreds by bees, and show you thousands killed by electrocution, tens of thousands, from water, and then terrorism way down there at the bottom. And when you watch them try to scare you, the terrorists are going to get you. So we got to use the army, and we got to let Corzine take your bank accounts, and we got to raise your taxes, and we got to feel your wife's breast and grab your children's genitals because Al-Qaeda. And let me tell you, if you work with Al-Qaeda, you're going to disappear forever, and we want to scare you. And you want a lawyer as a citizen? No, you don't get one. You know what? If we could get these criminals out of government and bring out all the stuff that we already know, all of you will get a trial, and you'll all get a jury, okay? Because we want the proof of what you are to come out before you are punished. I mean, folks, these are dangerous people. And so it's personal for all of us. These are dangerous tyrants who Cass Sunstein at the White House admits they want to arrest, quote, conspiracy theorists. That is people that think and know they're liars. You know these crooks are liars? You're a conspiracy theorist. You don't like Corzine taking your money? They said that's a conspiracy theory. The money's gone. He won't say where it went. He's been caught lying about it. And if you don't like it, you're a conspiracy theorist. I mean, could I just walk up on the street and rob an old lady at gunpoint? And she goes, how dare you rob me? And I say, it's a conspiracy theory, honey. This didn't happen. She's like, oh, it's okay then. You called me a conspiracy theory. That's the mind games these dirtbags play with us, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of their crap. They're tyrants right out in front, testing the perch. You know, a parrot, before it steps onto something, it'll reach over and test to see if it's stable. They're like, well, are they going to let us rape them? Yeah, okay, we'll take you more. Hell, we took all the military's death benefits. We're shipping drugs in and getting caught. We shipped guns into Mexico and tried to blame the Second Amendment. Hell, there's nothing they won't do. Let's just use the military and declare the patriots terrorists and tell them it's Al-Qaeda. We're a bunch of old crooks, bunch of old hunchback bastards. This is fun. Nobody will stand up against us. I mean, you're looking at our version of Hitler. You're looking at people that will literally destroy freedom, that the whole world is scared of, who've got nuclear weapons out of control, and no one will call them on it. They hate my guts, too. I've had this from the highest level sources, including people that are inside Bilderberg. Ron Paul, they hate him. But they know they kill us. They only make us bigger. They know we're real men and not little pieces of crap like them. And I'm sorry to talk like this, but these people are absolute enemies of humanity and pose as the guardians of it when they run Al-Qaeda. Those are the bosses of Al-Qaeda I'm about to show you. There's the article, Indefinite Detention. Political Washington abolishes due process protections. Okay, let's go into the first clip. Here is the little coward chicken neck just savoring that he's about to fully overturn the Bill of Rights and Constitution in 1776, and I want them to be scared. You mean the underwear bomber you get on the plane? I want them to be afraid. You mean the Al-Qaeda you gave control of Libya to? I want them. No, he's thinking about you. He's on record wanting to shut down our free speech in America. He's talking about you. Not Al-Qaeda that works for him. Here it is.
When a member of Al-Qaeda or a similar associated terrorist group is captured, I want that person to be terrified about what's going to happen to them in American custody. I want them not to know what's going to happen. I want the terror that they inflict on others to be felt by them as a result of the uncertainty of not knowing that they can look on the internet and find exactly what our interrogators are going to be limited to.
The law of the land is...
wannabe tough guy thug. It's just like Kim Jong-il, just little sacks, little soft scumbag bullies. I mean, it's a family show. I'm not going to say it. I mean, it's the same thing with the Nazis. Their leadership was a bunch of effeminate trash as well. And the communists, I just can't handle it. God, why do we let demons run everything? Why don't good people stand up against scum like this? America, these people just want to hurt goodness. I mean, sitting there, I want the terrorists to be scared. I want them to be terrorized. You become the terrorist, and they know that. They're selling you on how they're going to terrorize you. They're setting the precedents. Do you understand? They are at the highest level of the government, of the illegitimate government. They staged it. They know about Fast and Furious. They know about 9/11, Oklahoma City, all of it. These are dangerous people. Nobody's safe. We're the target. Okay, let's go to Lindsey Graham. Here he is.
The law of the land is that if you choose to help Al-Qaeda, you've committed an act of war against your fellow citizens, and you can be held as an enemy combatant for an indeterminate period of time so we can gather intelligence about what you may have done or about what you know about the enemy.
What you know about the enemy. And then there's other clips with them going into the fact that it's U.S. citizens. And then you find out they use that term, it's just Al-Qaeda. Remember Bush? We're just listening to Al-Qaeda's phone calls. Then it turned out it was their political enemies, everybody. And it was illegal, and they just said, so what? Nobody gets in trouble. Let's go ahead and go to the next clip of him on a big power trip.
And to those American citizens thinking about helping Al-Qaeda, please know what will come your way. Death, detention, prosecution. And when they say, I want my lawyer, you tell them, shut up.
Your time is expired.
Get a lawyer. You're an enemy combatant, and we're going to talk to you about why you joined Al-Qaeda.
If you're an American citizen helping Al-Qaeda, The only people they've gotten to actually think they're working with the imaginary CIA, Al-Qaeda, are always poor people who are mildly retarded, and literally they've all got about 85 IQs or lower, who they recruit out of the prisons that are the giant modern universities of corruption. And then they're always led by an FBI. Even mainstream media admits it's all setups. And they go and they find some weak-minded person, they pay them all this money. Okay, we're going to deliver you the bomb now. Go put it under the Christmas tree. Remember last year to scare everybody so the government can dominate the news headlines. And that dirty Al-Qaeda, they even want to get our Christmas. And I'm not saying there aren't Muslim extremists. Let's get that straight. The point is, Al-Qaeda is as phony as a $3 bill. You got me? This isn't my opinion. It isn't my opinion that male walruses have tusks. It's not my opinion that the Easter Bunny isn't real. It's not my opinion. You understand? There's some things that are bull, like the Easter Bunny. There's other things that are real. The government shipped tens of thousands of guns into Mexico and drugs back into the country. It's all come out, buried in the newspaper. These are criminals, folks, and we all sit here like naive idiots while these megalomaniacs on power trips try to start World War III. And you've got this cowardly little creature about citizens want to see a lawyer, and he's like, you asked for a lawyer? I think, shut up. That's so they can silence any of us they want. The government runs Al-Qaeda. The criminals in government stage these things. It's a fact, folks. Hundreds of pieces of evidence, incontrovertible. And they're all in the intelligence committees. They all know this crap. They all know. And they're trying to sell you on pure evil. Do you have any idea how much danger we're in? These people are so evil. Let's go ahead and go to Senator Carl Levin. And I played this one before because there's a bunch of these clips where it's on record, it does affect citizens, and Obama was for it. And I've had constitutional lawyers on, Bruce Fine, Ron Paul says it establishes martial law. He's in Congress. For those of you in denial, you need to understand, folks, this is really happening, okay? It was just like the Patriot Act. They said, oh, it doesn't affect citizens. Now it's admitted it does. People are like, well, of course it does. It's just Al-Qaeda. All right, let's go to the next clip. Here it is.
And I'm wondering whether the senator is familiar with the fact that the language which precluded the application of Section 1031 to American citizens was in the bill that we originally approved in the Armed Services Committee, and the administration asked us to remove the language which says that U.S. citizens and lawful residents would not be subject to this section. Is the senator familiar with the fact that it was the administration that asked us to remove the very language which we had in the bill which passed the committee, and that we removed it at the request of the administration that would have said that this determination would not apply to U.S. citizens and lawful residents? I'm just wondering, is the senator familiar with the fact that it was the administration which asked us to remove the very language, the absence of which is now objected to by the senator from Illinois?
We've got another clip of Rand Paul, who I know and who's a good man, saying, I know you well-meaning senators think you're helping America, but this destroys America. And, of course, Rand's trying to be polite. You can't be polite with dirtbags, okay? These people are trying to destroy everything that makes this country special and protects our families, okay? And, look, I don't like having to get up here and tell hardcore tyrants who run murderous operations worldwide that they're pieces of crap. But you know what? It's got to be done, okay? Everybody's got to stop kissing these degenerate old men's butts, okay? I'm here to tell you, folks, okay? I'm tired of it. These are the commanders of Al-Qaeda. Those senators that are supporting all this are all knee-deep in all this stuff. A lot of them up to their eyeballs in it. And I've had it with you. I'm not going to play your hoax anymore, where they put a sock puppet, of Al-Qaeda up and go, give me your rights away or I'm going to get you. I'm going to blow something up if you don't let me take all your rights and steal your bank accounts. and take over all these countries, do what I say. You know, to the American people, like, oh, yes, sir, you're so powerful. Do what I say. I want an Al-Qaeda puppet. I want to show people what they do. Because, you know, here's the globalists. Oh, Al-Qaeda's scary. And I'm like, hey, you know, you're running it. They're like, no, don't look at me. I'll arrest you. I mean, that's what it is. It's just like, oh, Al-Qaeda will get you. And I'm like, look, your arm is running it. I mean, you get them on the airplanes, you protect them, you give them to countries, control. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and live like an idiot.